All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you, B-Shack, for putting your points in towards our special treat for our assistant. I can bring up the camera for you. Let's do that real quick. You guys can see her for the moment. There's our puppers. She's hanging out. She's inside today. So we have I've got a little dual camera set up at the moment, so I can swap between inside and outside for when she decides to go back and forth. So there's an outside shot at the moment. Here's our inside shot. So got a little bit of fun here, a little bit of setup. But I'm gonna go, before we get fully started here, I got a couple things to check on. I want to run and make sure that outside iPad is doing what it's supposed to be doing. There's that camera outside. And it's charging correctly, because I don't know if it is. It's saying it's at 40%, which hopefully it's at more than that, because it's gonna need it. But hold on for 1 second. Here, I'll put you guys on. I thought about it while I was walking away. I was like, let me put you on the assistant camera. You guys can check this out for the second wall. I go check on that real quick. It's fun because you can see my shadow when I'm walking back and forth. Okie dokie. Let's double check. Where is our layout? There it is. Let's look at our layout and see what we want to do today. Boom. We started to have a little bit of fun here on page 8. We did a little bit of fun on page 6 here. I know I had come up with an idea. I gotta do some connector pieces here with 9, 10, and 11. I was able to sit down this weekend and do a little bit of episode watching, so I've got a little bit more stuff in my brain this week, so hopefully that will lend itself to creativity and the things that I want to do. I'm really digging this viewpoint here where we've got him in the boxes. Like, that was a fun one to put together this week. But I think, so I might be at the point now. This is what I do, is like I get a bunch of the main parts done that I want to get done or that I have in my head, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like technically 7 pages that don't really have anything on them yet, and that's okay, that's fine. Or don't have an illustration with them. They have the wordings. We have 1 page that doesn't have any wordings on it. So I could try to mess with those, but I think I might wait on them a little bit. I think I need to see, I've got some other like detailed stuff that I want to put into some of these other pages. and get them a little bit more rounded out. And I think some of those bits might fit better into inspiring some of this other stuff. So some of this might wait at the moment. I think the other thing we were messing with, which one was it? Was it 18? Let me look real quick. 18. Oh yeah, 18 was the vertical one that I had started to mess with a little bit. I didn't put a picture here because I liked the layout of it, but I didn't like what was the imagery, the illustrations that were on it, but I do have something for that. So I've got options. So I can go through and start working on some details. I can go through and work on moving some of this story around, which I think might be what I want to do at the moment. I think I wrote down, let me grab my... I've said this before on here, but I have two different ways I work on these book projects. One, I work on them digitally here. Two, I have physical copies, not physical copies. I have a setup that I bring around with me, which is my backpack, that has paper, pencil, a lot of my little templates for the writing and stuff like that in it. But I use those as my non-computer, non-phone, to work on different things. Little sketches here and there, edits, stuff like that. So sometimes I work on those and I bring those ideas back to when I'm on stream. So I can go over them and look at them and be like, okay, that kind of works, that doesn't work, this is, fine. What can I move? What can I do with this stuff? Is it useful in any way? So kind of like this. So if you guys don't remember from last week, I had these extra boxes that are gray down here. So these are just the colors for the character text. But the gray boxes are my extras. They're not contained within the 32 pages. But what I do is I write down other alternatives for things like a character could say, or something that maybe an action that I want to happen, or think might be of interest that could go in but might not, or might not fit, or might replace something to make it better. It just kind of depends. So these are my extras, and you can see I have a box down here. It says, I remember a box in the garden that didn't have treasure in it. Just kind of a reference to book 2. That I was like, oh, maybe we could slide that in somewhere or use that, whatever, but it doesn't really have a place right now. I might want to use it, but for now, it doesn't really work with the rest of the story, but I put it here just in case. But I have a couple others that I put together and some other notes that I made over the weekend that I'm like, okay, maybe those might be something that can go in number 28 or move some of these things around a little bit. Because I was thinking... I was thinking of taking this one, moving it over. Thinking of taking this one and moving it over, which I think works better because they're talking to each other. Yeah, okay. So what I had in mind, I gotta figure out how did I denote this in other pages? Let's go back to book 1 real quick. Okay, I just put text. In. So I came up with an idea that I wanted to do. This will be my first like 4-panel setup over here. So far we've had like 1 panel, or this book we're finally doing 2 panels, like 2 panels here, 2 panels there. Oh no, Sunny, you're perfect. You're right on time. But this one I might do like a little mini 4-panel is my idea. That's the idea. And it's kind of a reference back to, like I said, stuff that happened in the first book. Okay, what are my 4? I have 4? We found nap. We found food in the first book. Exercise. Oh, maybe that's what we should do. Do exercise. New view. We found the bathroom. But the 2 that I've got. Exercise. Let's go view. So anyways, that's the idea at the moment. This is my weekend brain fart that I had. Let's make that white on the inside. There we go. Copy, paste. Put that there. Paste. Put that there. Paste. Put that there. And I'm gonna have to rearrange these when I actually do the page, but the idea is here. I want to do these 4 panels. Maybe kind of similar. Ooh, I know which page it kind of looks like. Kind of like this. Something along this lines. I just found a new Kickstarter. I was watching the video for it. Ball Buds, the monster tamer for grown-ass adults? What? Why does that just sound weird? Let's put it back on the middle. Something like this. I'll figure it out. That's the idea. That's our filler there, because then we're bridging between, you know, telling Patch that, you know, this is a big place and blah, blah, blah. And then him asking for a tour, or Buttons, you know, saying he can take him on a tour. So we do a brief little tour before we end the book with our hanging out and cuddling in a napping spot. So we've kind of rounded out what we actually started here. So we've got a little levity and fun going on in these pages, and then we have our wind down here and before our ending. So that was kind of the idea. Take that empty space for 28, move everything over, add something new for that right there. I think that'll work. It's a Pokemon-esque game. It's the man's Pokemon game. That's funny. You guys want to see something cute? Shh, she's sleeping. She's sleeping. She's just hanging out. So she's laying on a blanket. That used to be our old bedspread that was on me and Mrs. Tahoe's bed. And we bought a brand new one because this one is just, we've had it forever. But Sora really loves it, so we folded it up and put it on the couch for her, and she's been sleeping on it every night, so I thought that was a cute thing for her to have. Even though literally right next to her, that little blue round thing on the right hand corner, that's actually her bed, but she's a husky. She bounces around to different spots all night, but that's always cute. She's a good dog.
Tahoe Anime Pet the assistant.
There she is. Sometimes she doesn't like when I move around over here. I'm like literally right here. I'll show you. Yeah, she's right here. You can see my shadow. The last line had me rolling. Traumatize your inner child, this time on purpose. Yikes. That's funny. All right. Let's see. So I can either work on one of these, or I can try to fix 18, which does not feel correct at the moment, or I can start adding some details, which I think the details would be semi-beneficial. Okay, so that's 4. Number 5 doesn't need any details because that's good. I think I wanted to add those ones got worked on. 18's been worked on. There we go. That's been worked on. Let's see, descent. Yeah, that's correct, but we don't have any of that information yet, so we can't do anything with it. Okay. So here we go. I've got my first question for the day for everybody. This little box is off to the side here, right? You can see it's just kind of trimmed and over here hanging out in this right hand corner. Do you think we should have tissue paper in that box or packing peanuts? Which one do you think would be more fun? I think I would lean more towards the tissue paper just because I don't want to have to make a whole bunch of packing peanuts, but I can also just make one and duplicate it a whole bunch of times. That would be fine. Which one do you think would be... Oh, Ghost Guy votes for the packing peanuts. Interesting. Yeah, the funny part is like, I was like, oh, I want to do the tissue paper because I think it would be more interesting and fun for me to try to figure out how to create a piece of folded paper or whatever in that space. But then I was like, oh, if I do the packing peanuts though, then I can put them like a little bit outside of the box on the ground too. So that's a little bit more fun. So I was like, which one do I like more? Which one do you think should go in there? Can I set up a poll for that? It is stream. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Hey, manage polls. New poll. Question mark. Okay, response. Let's see. I don't know how to spell anything, so pardon me. Packing peanuts. Packing peanuts. Sonny, I figured out how to make it so you cannot attempt to sway the votes, my friend. Okay, so we're gonna do a 3-minute poll here. So anybody that's in here watching can decide what they would like to do. The poll has been created. You can access over that over on the right-hand side in the chat. So feel free to vote away. And no, you cannot use your points towards influencing the vote. Sorry. I'm throwing down the ban hammer. No, I think sometimes those are just funny, that you guys can just use your points to do the votes. Also, my garbage just got picked up, so I have to go get my can here shortly. No, I don't ban people currently. I mean, that's not true. I think we ban one person per stream, and it's usually a bot of some sorts. No, JK. Ghost Guys is like banned. Yeah, don't forget. Oh, Sunday, there's a vote up right now in the chat if you'd like to vote towards it. But I made it so that you can't influence the vote by spending a bunch of your points to rig the vote. No more cheating. We're talking about this box right here. What should be inside of it? You sip on your tea, I getcha. There was never any cheat. No. That was a feature, not a bug. I gotcha. And some of those votes where you guys actually have that ability is so much fun and so funny that you guys can do that and basically essentially bully the vote in some funny ways. So I think it definitely works in some aspects, but I want an honest answer here. What do you think? We got one vote for packing peanuts so far. Ooh, we got a 50-50 split on that vote. Yeah, I'm tied between both of them because I can see benefits of either one of them being fun and good and cool to do. And we can also do one, and if it doesn't work out, we can always swap over and do the other one. All right, we have our results in. Look like 2 votes for packing peanuts and 1 for tissue. Wow, it was pretty close. Like it was 50-50 for a hot minute there. So I was concerned. I was just like, oh, 50-50 vote. That never works out. But okay. So now I got to figure out what the hell packing peanut looks like. Make a bunch of them. Damn it. I didn't think of that part. I have an idea. Okay, do we want to do like a colored packing peanut? Because sometimes they're just kind of like a weird poop color. I don't know what's a poop color, but they're either like white or they're off-white. Sometimes they're pink. It just depends. Okay, so let's do that. Okay. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Okay, so we should be able to take this one. This one. Let's remove that for the moment. Yep, that seems about the right shape, give or take. There we go. Fixed it. It was being a little weird. There we go. Okay, that's about the right shape. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take and combine those. Combine. Solid shape here. We can put a ring back around it on the outside. Yeah, what do we think? Do we think like a white? You missed the results. Okay, so the results were 67%. So we had 2 votes for packing peanut and 1 vote for the tissue paper. So we're going to make some packing peanuts. So Tahoe, you can't vote. I can vote. Why can't I vote? Who said? Wait, who said I voted? So it was 100% peanuts got it. No, that's the funny part. I'm the one who voted for peanuts. Yeah, somebody else voted for the tissue paper. Yeah. There's only one other person in here, right? Actually, no, there's 2 people in here. So one mysterious person who is watching but is not an active user with an account, and Sunny. I guess we're in a deadlock. We will have to wait till next time. Yes, we will have to wait till next time. Till next time. Who will it be? Okay, so the little packing peanuts have the little holes through them. Go and make those a little bit bigger. They look like weird little goobers. Did you vote for the tissue paper, Sunny? Did somebody else vote for the tissue paper? Will we ever actually know the results? The true results. Find out next week on Hidden of the Lost Temple. Oh no, wait. Let's see. That's not what I wanted. Maybe that's where I went wrong. I went wrong there. Suggestion box. I wonder if Tahoe will start doing raids again. Find out next week. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know I suggested or talked about on stream if people wanted to get a party together to do stuff like that, I would be happy to try to set that up and get those together again. I know we haven't had much success in the past, but you know, you never know. People might want to do stuff like that. It just depends. I don't know. Kind of really, like, if people want to do raids and stuff like that, I would love to get a dedicated team together for it. Being able to find a dedicated team for that's a little bit easier said than done. But I think I'd have to develop and get people together that wanted to run and help other people, I think is it. Isn't that what Ghost Guy Service is for? What does everyone do? Wait, I will go back. Tahoe, I'm going to be a sacrifice. Yay! What does everyone do nowadays? I haven't been in the loop forever. Isn't that what Ghost Guy Service is for? I retired. Fair. I don't, that's hard to say. A lot of times we are, let's say, Sunny's doing a lot of Star Citizen. I know, like, when Bishak's around, we go and help Bishak do a bunch of stuff that he hasn't been around for. Taking him through different exotic missions and stuff like that. I think a lot of the stuff that we're waiting for is the new missions, new exotic missions and stuff like that. So, not 100% sure. We did some Iron Banner this week on Saturday, which was actually surprisingly refreshing because I was a little worried about it. Not like bad worried, but just kind of like I wasn't sure how it was gonna go, kind of thing. Especially with the way, and state of the game and everything like that. So I was like, I don't know. But it didn't turn out too bad. I was watching a lot of like streamers and stuff like that, and they were talking about the shotgun hand cannon meta and stuff like that. I was like, I don't really want to do that. But I was able to do a lot of like scout rifle kills and stuff like that. So there's still the ability to use other weapons, which is nice. So I was pleasantly surprised with that. So I think it just kind of depends. I think we're kind of looking to see where things fall in a lot of places and how that shows up in the game and stuff like that. So I think I had high hopes for Ash and Iron because I was just like, I love the Siva stuff. And when it didn't really turn out to be anything, it was just like, oh, well, that's not much for me to sink my teeth into. So shoot. I had to reconfigure that one a little bit. Mida is great right now. Yeah, that felt super, super good. Like I was having fun with that. Because I love Mida. And I liked it. So it's interesting that the new perks on it, that when you get a kill with it, they're progressing perks through the weapon. So you get 1, 2, 3, or 4, and depending on which one you're in, it's a different thing. But they all combine. I hate the throwing knife right now in PvP. We didn't run into that whole bunch. So I was getting killed with the exotic scout rifle from last season. Oh, that's interesting. I did not see a bunch of that. We did run into some Mida. We did run into a couple people running the Titan Glaive build, which looks super fun and funny, I guess you would say. If I tagged them, then they were done. If you play in a certain skill bracket, you see it often. Yeah, I think because I've been away from PvP, I do like the skill brackets and stuff work the way they work now. But I was just thinking about that. I was just like, yeah, I'm glad that they made the change that the way skill works now. Because I don't feel like I'm just running up against streamers the entire time who are just, rampaging across the entire PvP arena. Not that I want to tromp on people, but at the same time, I don't want to get mercied every time. At least that's the hope. The wish, the hope, the dream. I know, get good. I know that's the thing probably you're gonna say. I miss the old days where it was no SBM. What's SBM again? Skill-based matchmaking? I know you like to tromp on people, I know. If you're playing a certain skill bracket, you see it often. Oh my goodness. The Glaive build is so annoying. It's so funny. We want it to be close. I would like a mix of both of those things, and I feel like some of it is pretty close to it right now, where it feels like it's actually you win one, you lose one, you get close on a tie one, like if that's not too bad. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when you're just getting mercied constantly, like there was a whole moment during one of the phases that they were in where you would get mercied every single time. This was like, well, why would I even play PvP then? It's like you're not matching by anything that's actually working here. I think I need to do... I think that's not working. Let's do that. Oop, not that far. Just a little bit. Mess with that a little bit and see if that works. Like the eyeballs from the money that watches you on Geico. Also, I'm not a fan of how the team-based matchmaking is either. I mean, it's fine as long as you're a party of 3 or less, but anything more, it's just pain. Yeah, that one's an interesting one because when they first announced that or started talking about that, I was like, that seems a little weird. Like, I get it at some point, it makes sense that you should factor in everybody's skill in that, but at the same time, it's like, it doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it's actually working as intended in that way. This is way off. I don't know why this is way off. Paste. Object. Scale. Okay. Right. There we go. I don't know. Destiny's in a weird spot right now. I don't know quite how I feel with... When did that move? Don't know how I quite feel about all of the... everything that's happening and going on with everything. I don't know. Something feels off. I'll say that. Something feels... Whatever they've done, or whatever decisions that they've made, it definitely feels... Something feels weird. Not wrong, just weird. I haven't been able to put my finger on it quite yet. Okay, that's better. I have lots of issues with Destiny right now. Oh, I have my finger on my issue with the game. Ooh, yes, please tell me. What is your issue with the game? Oh, this is, welcome to our new segment here on the stream. It's called Ghost Guy's Hot Take. Let us know, Ghost Guy, what is your hot take for the week? Feel free to type as much as you would like. This is Deafy Ghost Guy. You can find him at deafyghostguy.com under the header of executive management of Ghost Guys Incorporated. If you would like to email him, that is ghostguy@gmail.com. Comments, questions, complaints, you can send them there. Dear Lord, this is going to take a while. It freaking broke Twitch mobile. If you switch to another app, Twitch closes. Oh, you might have to reset your, or maybe download an update. There might be a new update for that. Every time I try to add this little shadow here that goes through the middle, it doesn't want me to do it. It doesn't like what I'm doing here. Okay, do we have our hot take yet? Nope, still not yet. He's still working on it. This could be a long one, ladies and gentlemen. We have to wait for this one. No updates out, but now it's working after closing the app, and it broke again. Yup, sounds about right. I don't like this thing. Why do I not like it? Something about it is not... Maybe I'm putting the shadow in the wrong place. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the shadow goes from here to here, and then curves drastically like that. Maybe it's a sharp curve here. My cat is yelling at me from across the house. I don't like it. For some reason, I don't like it. I don't know what's wrong with it. Something don't feel right. Maybe I had the proportions wrong? Is that what it was? Could be. Who would have thought that making a packing peanut would be so hard? Who would have thunk it? Okay, there we go. That looks a little bit better. I just didn't have the right proportions on it, I believe. I wonder if it's a shadow. Maybe I need to do a gradient? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Sometimes these designs and stuff like that, you have to do a little bit work to them and then realize, oh yeah, I gotta do this to it to make it work. Let's see. Do this type of shadow. Pull that real quick. Okay. Let's put this here. Okay. Let's just do this the easy way. Duplicate that, get rid of that. Take this one, drop it to 0. Yeah, that might be it. That might be it. We're just kind of temping some of this up so that I can get a better idea of what it is I actually want to. Yeah, I think that gives us the little dimension that I was looking for. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I had to go move our little camera around. Like I told you, Puppers likes to move around. So I had to move her camera again a little bit because she's down on the floors now. We are still on the hunt for Ghost Guy's hot take. Still waiting on that. He'll get it to us. It'll be here soon. Got that figured out. We're gonna fix this one. Put that there. Let's pull this. That can go there. Yeah, something like that. Okay. There we go. Oh, we still got a little problem there. Poop. That should do it, especially since this is going to be pretty small. The only other thing I want to do, I think I want to do another one here. This, go like that. That. Yeah, I think that gives very, very much Packing Peanut vibes. Okay, so let's group that together. So this is one of those objects that we want to copy. Now that we have it, we don't need that extra layer anymore. We're actually going to put it inside of the box. We need to figure out where, because that's a full object, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, so we have to go in here now. Okay, so we can do that. Okay, got a bunch of those. Take one of these. Let's just take them and just turn them all kinds of weird directions. Stack them on top of each other a little bit here. Yeah, so there we go. Filled it with little Packing Peanuts. We are getting ready to do our first ad break here. So I'm going to pause here at the moment, and then once the ads are done, we'll come back. That was fast. Fast. Check your Discord. Okay. I went way over the limit. I didn't realize there was a character limit. I did not know that there was a character limit in Twitch either. You know, Sunny, I have my Firebots up, and it actually tells me how many minutes until my ad break comes up. And I put it like right front and center, right on top of my Adobe Illustrator. I was like, I'll see it there. I'll check it every once in a while, and I'll know exactly when it's. And I still freaking missed it. I almost missed it. I say that. I was caught right in the middle. Right when it was like, there's 3 seconds left. I was like, oh, 3 minutes. And I was like, it's like 2. And I was like, oh, 3 seconds. No. Shoot. That's okay. check my Discord. Okay. Do you want me to read this live on stream? Is that okay with you, Ghost Guy? I have permission. Sunny is sending me things too. Okay, let's see what this is. Shoot, I'm getting all kinds of emails now. Fine. Okay, let's start with the big one. The portal and how rewarding it is. They should have never made solo ops more rewarding than all of the other activities. I agree with that one. That one was one, because I didn't do solo ops at the very beginning because we were busy doing stuff with everybody else and playing the game, like even me and Alex and stuff like that. And like it felt dumb that it was just like, no, go do solo ops, and that's how you get through everything. It's like, yeah, that sucks. I'm glad that it is rewarding, but I don't think it should have been the only thing that was rewarding, so I agree with you on that one. They should have made solo ops. They should have never made solo ops more rewarding than all of the other activities, and they should motivate you to try different activities. Yes. Also, it shouldn't take very long to get to 450, because I'm not at all looking forward to getting reset back to 200 when Renegades comes out. Also, it feels like nothing is alive in the game because everything is done the portal activities. I know the old system wasn't great, but at least we had a lot of variety, and now it feels like you should only be doing the most important, the most time efficient activity. I could go on and on. The game just doesn't feel alive. I have no reason to go back and run old raids or dungeons because they don't give you any power rewards that are apart to tier systems. Yes. Not to mention, they didn't even release with gear tier on exotic armor. Yeah, that one was kind of weird. And they also forced you, as you grind up power, they only use the featured exotics, which is so annoying to maximize your score. And the whole scoring system is so annoying. It's not even about completing activities, it's about hit marks and getting a certain grades. Yeah, you've hit on a lot of things, a lot of the pain points and stuff for sure in Destiny 2. I think part of the reason why I just didn't give a crap about gear and tiered gear and stuff like that is because it's like it didn't make any sense to me. Like there wasn't enough of a system put out there or put together to make it worth it. Like if they would have said, we're erasing all of your vault and you're starting over from square zero, like Destiny 3, and tiered gear is the way to go, like that would make fucking sense. And be like, okay, cool, now I'm just going to dedicate my time towards getting tiered gear and stuff like that. But because they were like, no, you can use your old stuff and it doesn't, you can still upgrade it and blah, blah, blah. It's just like, oh, cool. Well, I'm just going to keep my old stuff, which I've already worked hard to get and use. Like, unless something crazy comes along with the tiered system, it didn't make much sense to me in that way. So it's like, which is wrong, which is bad. Like it shouldn't be that. Now, if they adopted more of a system, like, not necessarily forcing you to use this seasonal stuff, but made it so I don't like to use the word sunsetting, stuff like that, because I felt like everybody shit on that, but at the same time, like a lot of this stuff, I'm debating whether or not to just delete everything in my vault, delete everything that's on my character, and kind of do a fresh restart in that way. Like it almost feels like it would behoove me. Like I have a bunch of weapons stuff that I like, but a lot of armor and stuff like that. But if I really want to get the most out of what they've built with this experience, I should almost just scrap everything and do a forced reset myself, since they're not going to do it for me in that way. So like I can see myself getting back into everything if I did that, but that feels shitty to do at the same time. Like I'm gonna hate it, but I also know it's gonna be for the good kind of thing. I don't know, it's weird. I feel like they missed the mark on so much stuff with the expansion. Not to mention tier 5 armor should have a bigger difference than what it does. Yeah. And then you call it your 0 to hero journey. Yeah, like it could definitely be that. Like you're basically you're doing D3, but you're just doing it yourself since they won't do it for us. If that makes any sense. Okay, so if we trim this, okay, that's where that's going to be. Yeah, little packing peanuts. I like those. The thing is, I want to put a couple of them out here too. Put one of these behind everything. Kind of like that. Yeah, it just, I agree with you. Like the main core part of Destiny, like the gunplay, the gameplay and stuff like that, the movement, like those things are still good and are still doing what they're supposed to be doing. But everything else feels, and if it's an experiment, that's fine. Like I'm okay with experimenting with new ideas and new, all of that stuff, but tell me that's what you're doing. Like, let me know that, hey, we're experimenting with these systems or with this setup on how this works. I'm okay with that, but just let me freaking know. Not necessarily, you don't have to tell me, oh, it's going to be rough and bumpy for a little bit. Like, no, it's just tell me this is, I don't know, maybe like everybody keeps saying, it's that they're not being clear with what they're actually doing. Yeah, I think that's cool. That's kind of fun. Little packing peanuts. It also feels like they don't value our time. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. It feels weird. I will say it has gone a lot better, but geez, some of these things should have been a thing from day one from the expansion. You mean as far as like rewards and time and stuff like that? Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the funny part is like I did not hit the ground running when the expansion first came out, or even when this whole new everything started. Like, and I keep thinking Beyond Light, but it's not Beyond Light. It's why am I not able to think of the entire expansion for some reason? I can look at Discord real quick. Look at my events. Event text, where is it? The Edge of Fate. The Edge of Fate, like when it came out, it was like 2 weeks. I did a little bit on Tuesday, a little bit on Saturdays, but compared to other big drops like that, normally I'm raring to go, I'm ready, I'm excited, like I'm doing the story, trying to get through doing the story and stuff like that, and I'm excited about that. This one was just like, I was just like, man, I'll get to it when I get to it. Like, it didn't feel like, not necessarily that there was an incentive to go and do anything, or not do anything. It just didn't feel like you said, like they didn't have their feet planted in the ground very well yet. So it's kind of like when seasons come out, like that first week is usually kind of rough, right? When they drop it on Tuesday, it usually takes them all the way till Friday, give or take, to get things fixed up and running smoothly again. Like, it felt like the beginning of all of this was very much along that same lines. Like, the Edge of Fate took so long to get around and polished and stuff like that it didn't really hit fast enough. It didn't really do what I wanted it to do in that space. Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. Picture's really low to the ground. I wonder if he should be saying something. Maybe that's what I'm struggling with here. Like, it feels like he should be commenting on his transformation from kitten to cat, el gato. I don't know. It's something, so like, I don't feel like there's a couple different things, right? Sometimes I put myself in a position where I feel obligated to do certain things in my life or with people, for people, whatever like that. And I never wanted to feel like I was playing Destiny because I was obligated to do certain things. Like, I wanted to have fun and continue our casual thing like we had talked about before, right? Because it's supposed to be all fun. We're supposed to be having fun, and it's supposed to be our break from the reality of life and the craziness of things that are happening. But at the same time, I still promised myself, I was just like, one, I'd completed the 10 years journey that I wanted to complete with Dungeon Protocols, doing that thing. Like, that was a huge monumental achievement for me in that way. Like, I proved to a lot of people that, fuck you, I stayed the whole time and I did all of the things and I continued to do those things. So, like, it's a sense of accomplishment for me. That past that, I'm like, okay, so now that I've done that, do I make a new agreement with myself, or do I do something else? Like, what do I do? So, like, currently I was talking to Mrs. Tahoe about this yesterday, because we were talking about the streams that we're doing, the projects that I'm working on, the books, the this, the that, all of it coming together. And I was feeling a little bit like stressed on time, because I wanted to be able to sit down, read some books, and watch some anime, and this way I can get re-inspired for like some of the creative things that I'm working on. And she was just like, well, what about, Dungeon Protocols? What if you like didn't play on Tuesdays, or didn't do streams on Saturdays? I was like, no, like, I still find that those are fun, and I love connecting with the friends and stuff that I have. So it's like, no, I don't, that's not a thing in that way. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, when I had talked with Alex before, we had looked at the streams that we had actually published on YouTube, and we're getting close to having 400 streams that we've actually posted onto YouTube, which is like huge. So we did a bunch of math for it, and we're like, technically, if we have 11 more videos that we put out before the end of the year, the data amount that we would be incurring from holding all of that information on YouTube servers would be about a terabyte of information. So we came up with this idea, like, we're going to do this terabitness, where we're basically going towards, with our streams till the end of the year, so we can make that 400 video post, or not 400 video achievement, right? Like, and that's just like, okay, cool, that's a fun thing to do in that way and stuff like that. So I did end up giving myself another goal for doing all that stuff. But like you said, at the same time, every week it's just like, man, this is getting harder to, one, find things to do, and two, be motivated to do them for long periods of time. And been lucky enough that, why am I moving that? Lucky enough that, like I said, B-Shack, and even like going and helping Sunny do some stuff, that's always been a great place to fill and do stuff and have fun with, is to bring people in and do different activities that they haven't done. When that runs out, I don't know. I don't know what else there is going to be able to do. I'm kind of interested in the stuff that's going to be happening with Renegades. But at the same time, if things continue the way they are right now, who knows? I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the hard part about it, and I think that's what Ghost Guy was talking about at the very beginning, is like when they really pushed on people doing solo ops, that killed a lot of that. This game is for players to come together and play together. Killed a lot of that. You're experiencing that. Like, if you're playing alone, Ichabus has experienced that. Inverness has experienced that. When you're trying to just do stuff by yourself, like, you can get things done, but it's just kind of a time killer. That's all it is. Doing the story alone. Yeah, no. I was very fortunate that Alex and I were kind of on the same page as far as we were in the same missions, or we were at the same spots when we were doing our missions through the campaign together. So it actually worked out really, really well in that way. You can always let us know. Let me know, Sunny, if I need to jump on and we can run some stuff. Like I said, I prefer doing that kind of stuff and helping people out. I don't want to play by myself anymore. I don't like it. I'm very much a social gamer. Like, I have moments where I'm very motivated to accomplish things in the game, but I haven't felt that way in a while. Yeah, that's the thing. And I wonder if it's kind of a sweeping thing across gaming in general, because I know the industries are strained right now. I know creativity in that space is strained, especially for big companies and places like that. I don't know. It's weird. Like, I also don't feel like I see games come out on Steam and stuff like that I'm like, oh, that'd be interesting, but then I just don't have any motivation to go and do a bunch of stuff like that either. I think the Borderlands 4 was the only one that I was just like, oh, that looks fun. That reminds me of playing Borderlands back in the day, but I just haven't pulled the trigger on that either. So, because I don't want to chase nostalgia either. So, I don't know. That's why last year I took a long break from Destiny 2. I only played once a week on Destiny 2 and was to raid. Yeah, especially with crafting and base building coming soon. Yeah, that's for Star Citizen, right, Sunny? You have crafting and base building coming soon? I enjoy playing other games with friends. And it helps that my org is huge, yeah. yeah, I don't know what it would be. I don't know. Maybe we're trying to make gaming into something that it's just not set up to do quite yet. But I got back into the new DLC. I'm just worried that when they do the rest in Renegades that I'm going to feel like, what's the point again? Yeah, well, but the thing is like it's in flux, right? It may change, like a lot of the pain points and stuff like that are people are talking about. So they are seeing it. Whether or not they do anything about it, I don't know, but because if it takes way too long to level up, I'm going to feel very unmotivated. Yeah, my question is like, so if 200 is that cap, is what is the value of being way above 200? Like I know some activities are harder, but like, do you find the difference between 200 and 450, like if you're going into it, like even you were like, when you were like asking me if I wanted to come and raid with you guys, and I'm like, I'm only like a little over 200, like, is that going to make a huge difference? Or is that like that road between those two things just for build crafting and things like that? Because I'm feeling comfortable I think I'm at 230 something now. And I'm like, I don't feel like I'm also not doing like super, super hard stuff either. I think Bishak wanted to do the 0 hour hard mode, and I was kind of interested to test out to see how, if I was squishy in that, then that was like, okay, cool, yeah, definitely higher is better in that way, but it's just for gear tier. Okay, that's what I thought. Because the higher you are, the higher then you get the gear tier. But if they reset it, are they resetting the gear tiers as well when they reset that? But if you have tier 5 already, is that grandfathered into that? It's just the level goes down when they reset everything. Your power level doesn't matter that much. Okay. And if you're going for Guardian rank as well, they can't reset the tier on the gear, so the level will go back down to 200. So then you have to work your way back up to get more tier 5 gear. Okay, that makes sense. I kind of miss the D1 days where even if you were a level 10 just coming into the game, you kill a boss on on a strike, or you're just out in the free roam world and you see a yellow bar enemy and you just happen to manage to whittle him down. You spend a whole bunch of time just whittling him down and you kill him, whatever, like that. And just that glimmer of a golden ray shoots out of them and you're just like, oh, and it's like the randomness that you could be a level 10 and get a freaking like tier 5 drop. This is my quote unquote, like, not speculation, but like idea, like that was the point of running around and checking every box in every area, or picking up all of the materials and stuff like that, or like that was the exciting part about it, is like you just didn't know what was going to pop up. And I know that there are some activities that you definitely want to make sure that you're getting rewarded for the time and effort that you're putting into it, but at the same time, like, just being able to play the game and having a miracle, like, and it doesn't have to be like you're getting every single piece of gear, but just every once in a while, just like anytime something drops on the ground in the world, I just run past it. I'm like, I don't care. It's going to be shit anyways. I'm just going to break it down. Like it doesn't mean anything. I think that's what appealed to me about maybe Borderlands is one, they enemies and stuff like that spill loot, but and I haven't looked to see what the systems look like on that, but if they still feel like you could run across something and look at it and be like, oh, well shit, that's actually really, really good. I could actually use that. That's actually better than what I have in using right now. I feel like part of this game has lost that. It traded it for, guaranteed setups or roles or whatever it is. So I don't want to put the packing peanuts in here because I don't think that's a thing I want to promote. Look, see? Look, we did it. We've got our first ban. See? I told you. Ban. Do I have to ban you twice? Ban. Okay, so if I ban them, it actually gets rid of both of their messages. Cool. I don't know, I think that's kind of where, like you said, everything else seems inconsequential. Like all the other planets, all of the other activities, everything else feels inconsequential if there's no random factor to it. Like you can't, like if I go help, what were we doing? If I go help Bishak run through, what was it? He was trying to get his bow, the exotic bow. And he needed to go do that dungeon that was on the bow that can see through walls and shit like that. Anyways, to go and do that, like we grabbed 2 people and we went and helped him finish that up, help him get through that exotic mission or through that dungeon and get all of that figured out. Like there's no incentive for me to go help anybody if there's nothing for us there at the end. Like there should be something that is of random nature possible in that way, especially if you're going and helping somebody else. Wait, I missed it. You missed what? You missed us banning somebody? That's the ban hammer I'm talking about. Where I was banning people. Little box comes in here. I still enjoy the game, but I still miss doing dungeons and raids and then being rewarded and worthwhile. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm pointing at, or what I'm getting at, is that it just doesn't. There's no incentive for any of that stuff. Like because things have become so, do this, get this mentality, then just being in the world and doing random things no longer matters. And I know I saw that for the longest time through most of D2, and I was like, okay, that's fine, but like we're still able to have fun and do things and everything like that. Like they moved random possibility to end bosses. It's like, okay, you have to complete the encounter and then you get the random possibility. Like fine, I guess it works, but it just, like, if everything is such a slog to get to and there's no exciting random moments. Like it was always crazy in D1 when an exotic would drop on the ground and you're like, oh, this could be a really good one, and or it could be really shit. It could be a Baloo, we don't know. Yeah, I feel like unless it's tier 4 or 5, it's pointless. Yeah, that's the other thing is when you've got it so set with the hierarchy like that, then it makes everything else irrelevant underneath it. So you either have to continue to evolve your systems and be like, okay, there's tiers 1 through 5, and then, you know, next half of the year being like, now there's tiers 5 through 10, and next year there's 15 through 20, and like you just have to, you could do that. You could just keep making them go up and up and up forever, and just people chase that forever. But like, I don't know, it doesn't feel, I don't know what the solution to that is yet. I haven't quite figured it out. So we've got, if it feels like we haven't been working on the stream much quite yet, I'm actually doing some thinking in the background while I'm trying to process what we're talking about with Destiny 2, but I'm trying to figure out, I did the packing peanuts here, which is kind of fun. A little bit more detail in that. If we're moving to our next page, I don't want him in the packing peanuts. I don't think that's an idea that I want to promote for these types of books. That's funny. The morality part of this has to fall on the author and illustrator rather than on the parents, who should be telling their kids, don't put packing peanuts in your mouth or don't play with packing peanuts, because they don't want to watch them. That's funny. Anyways, I still think you should have a chance at tier 5 rewards starting at power level 200. I agree with that, like 100%. And I'm okay with it if it's like a 1 in 500 chance. Like, even just out in the world, just randomly, like, shoot a dreg and a tier 5 pops out of it and you're like, holy, you know, like, that would be a moment. That would be really cool. It would at least help with motivating people in the early levels, and it would help with people's random excitement experiences. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I think we're both linking up on this idea now. I do remember the days of how excited people would get in Destiny 1 when exotic would drop. I mean, not even exotic. Like, I used to love getting legendary drops and stuff like that, because I love the exotics were fun, but I love the legendaries because some of them just had a usability about them and had their perks set up in such a way that they were just super fun to use. And to get those to drop at random just by doing something even silly or whatever, just like running up to a box that was just on a map somewhere and opening it up and being like, oh, holy crap, there's something in, you know, like, that was cool. Like, when was the last time you actually went out of your way to go find a box on a planet? Like, never. I don't even do it anymore. I run past them now and be like, man, whatever. I think the portal stuff on now has made it a little bit more, because a lot of like your abilities were in boxes. That's how you would unlock them. It's like, okay, I guess that's one way to make people go back and use that system, but that's a shitty way to do that. 1,000-yard stare. That was such a fun sniper rifle. I love that one. I still miss my another nail in the coffin scout rifle. I don't know. I just, in Crucible and everywhere, that thing is just so much fun. Such a good weapon. I'm gonna decide if I want to make a little bag or something with all the packing peanuts in it or not. So I've reached the point with these books and these stories with detail that I can actually add little fun systems like that. I can do different things and add details in that enhance parts of the story, but don't break it per se. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I don't know what the right solution is for that quite yet. And I haven't seen anybody give a really good idea of how they would solve that either. I don't know. It's a mystery still. Solve the issues that players are having with, you know, Destiny and how it's structured and works at the moment. Like I said, it feels off. It doesn't feel... Like I said, the mechanics and stuff like that still work really well, but it just doesn't have that je ne sais quoi, the thing it used to have. I think the funny thing is like we're not asking them to rebuild the game or do anything crazy. I don't think we're asking that. Might be. I don't know. Need to be bigger. Made them too little. Here we go. That's feeling a little bit better. A little bit more stacked up in there like I wanted. No, I hope they figure it out. I hope they get some idea of what they actually want to do in place and get it worked on. I hope it's fun. Sadly, I think for majority of people still, like, doing raids and stuff like that is not the thing that they want to run around and have to try to figure out. Not that they're not fun or anything like that, it's just I think they think it's more of a hassle than anything else. Them all disappear into the bag. Bam. Okay. What did I have that at? 70%? 30% it is. 69%. Funny number, yeah. D3 wouldn't solve it, but it would have helped bring more people in. I don't hate the geared tier system, but there needs to be more to it. It just isn't enough depth like you would think. Yeah, I agree with that. Concur. Maybe it's not about that. Maybe it's what they promised. Do you think it's the promise of what they told us was going to be there? Is that where the faux pas came from? I saw people talking about that there was a lot of promise, but not a lot of execution on those promises. Weed that a little bit. Okay, cool. I want to do a couple. Hey, Vern, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining us today. We were talking about Destiny 2. Huzzah. If you are actually here. Let's drop that to 70% as well. There we go. Gotcha on the background, listening to some continuing editing videos. Gotcha. Thank you, Vern. Appreciate it. It helps. All of that helps. Wait, what? Inverness Shadow. Hi, Inverness. Typical said congrats on getting hitched. Oh, okay, yeah. I was also like, wait, why is it doing weird? You're congratulating Ghost Guy on getting hitched. Yeah. Our little boy's growing up, Vern. He's getting all adult and stuff. Aww. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend doing adult things, but it's still, you know, to each his own. Vern, he did tell us that he's inviting everybody in DPS to his wedding, so just be prepared for that. Keep some time available for next year because he's going to fly us all out to Hawaii or something like that so we can go to the wedding. It's a destination thing. Yeah, that's what he told me. We're all going. It's like Oprah, you get a car and you get a car. Ghost Guy's flying you to Hawaii for the wedding, and he's flying you and everybody. Everybody's going to the wedding. That's what I was told, at least. And I'm sticking to it. %70 on that one too. Okay, cool. Got our little packing peanuts here. I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna drop that a little bit because it's clear. Just so we give it a little something extra in our scene here. Yep, doesn't hurt anything, just adds a little bit of fun to it. I wish I had that type of money. I heard you were rich. You're a financing guy. You got this figured out. I don't think it's great, they said. I heard DPS has those funds, though. What are you talking about? You're totally making that money with your supplementary DPS income. Sonny, you understand that 90% of that supplementary income is actually coming from you, right? Every time you sub or help somebody else with a sub in the channel, that's you're. Oh, Sonny's paying for us. Oh, that's what I made a mistake. Sonny is flying us all out to Ghost Guy's wedding. That's what it was. My bad, everybody. I misunderstood. I forgot who was who in that scenario. I got it figured out. We're good now. Our wealthy financier is Sunny Ruth. That's right. Sunny, meet Ghost Guy. Ghost Guy can help you invest your money into actual worthy... As much as I appreciate it here. He can help you actually invest to have your money make more money, just saying. There we go. Little adjustments, little movements here and there. He should be calling me daddy, or maybe the other way around then. Yeah. I think we're gonna call Vern daddy. Daddy Vern. I think she gets the official title of daddy. Just because I want to. I want to put it here, but his words are in. There we go. Little micro adjustments here and there. Sometimes it does a lot. I gotta do a lot of stuff like that as I go through and move little objects around and do little micro adjustments. Okay, so I think I like that. What does that open up? So we've got page 6 here. I was gonna try to do, so like the funny part was that this is on the wall somewhere. This stuff is happening. Nope, I definitely want to save that. I've got a lot going on here. I don't want to overload it because I want the stuff that's happening on these boxes to be the main focus. I don't think I want to add any more details to 6. Maybe I do. Hold on. Got a drawing here with a bunch of objects that I drew from the house. I could put some more photos on the wall. Maybe a bookshelf or some sort? I know what I'll do. Okay, got an idea. This might make it a little bit wonky, but that's okay. Okay, well, we need to go find what I'm looking for first. Nope, it's gonna be inside the house. One of the things we established last time was this. We have a house with a back door. Sliding back door. There's our window. It contains all the stuff. Okay, so select all. That's only half window. Shoot. Okay, don't save that. Where do we have the full window at? Do we have the full window? We don't have the full window there. Nope, I cropped it there too. Maybe I don't have a full window. I thought I did. I've got the full window on the outside. It might work. It might work. Let's see. Where is that? That's that part. That part. I need that, that, and that. Select all. Copy. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, we gotta ground it a little bit here. All right, stream, we are coming up on our next ad break here. So we are going to pause here shortly. To take this frame. What do I have around it? Just delete that. We don't want that at all. So in about a minute, we're going to do an ad break. We're going to take a short break from the stream here. But we'll be back. We'll be back afterwards. Bam. There we go. Okay, so now we have a little bit, we have a window in here now. Little details, little details. Stream view. Okay, so that's what it would look like. That's a full page there. So we're gonna pause right here at the moment, and then once our break is done, we'll come back and we'll keep going from there. That's the idea, that's the plan. We could check in. Let's check in on our... We can check in on our assistant during that break too and see how she's doing. Okay, that's up. Swap over. Is our camera gonna connect? There it is. There she is. Oh, look at that perfect timing. All right, I'm gonna go grab something to drink. I'll be back in a minute. You guys got to see my feet in there. The shoes. There we go. Now she's more centered. Yay! Thank you, Vern, for contributing towards our special treat for Sora. She's a good dog. She's just hanging out. For anybody that wants a husky, this is very untypical of a husky. I mean, yeah, they sleep most of the day and don't do as much, don't do a whole bunch, but like this is pretty average for all day. Like she's very, very, very chill. She doesn't run around and terrorize things or break things or do crazy stuff. She's very, very chill. Which is very appreciative. I'm very appreciative of. How's everybody's Monday going? I know everybody's working right now. I guess technically I'm working from home. I guess you would consider this working from home. I always feel like when I'm working on stream and stuff like that, I don't ever give myself the ability to see it as work. It's just a different type, I guess. I don't know. It's good puppers. Okay. All right, let's go. So I think adding that little window there, that's fine. Trying to decide if I want to grab. So one of the things that I made sure to do during the other pages was to have this fence in the window. So maybe I need to grab the fence and put it in there as well. Select all, copy. We don't necessarily have to have the birds in this one because they're not as much players. Okay, we don't need 19. That's where we just were. That's where we're going to go. Let's put this in. Okay, there we go. Got a little bit of, you know what? Let's raise those up just a little bit. Yeah, that's better. A little bit of depth. That'll work. Let's get rid of our words for a second. If I didn't have the words on it, yeah, that should be fine. Doesn't have to be right. So part of the thing I struggle with when I'm doing stuff like this, like windows and fences and stuff like that, like perspective wise, I'm judging it because I understand like perspective and lines and making sure that the depth of field makes sense in those ways. Some of that you get to suspend when you're doing illustration work because the story and part of it is more what you want to focus on and make it work. But at the same time, part of me being working in construction all these years and stuff like that is just like, no, I want to try to make this. I want to make it right. I want to make like the baseboards match. Like, I want to make sure that's correct. But it doesn't always have to be that way. It's okay. But like that one, I just want to adjust those baseboards and make them a little bit taller because trim around windows tends to be smaller than baseboards down at the bottom. Those tend to be taller, especially nowadays. People tend to like their baseboards a little bit taller. Yeah, something like that. Micro adjustments, if you please. Ooh, you know what we can do? Now that we did this, pardon me. This is the cool part. Like when I make something and I'm like, oh, this would be great here, and then I find a different location for it. I'm like, oh, it'd be just as good somewhere else too. I can use it in a bunch of different places. Save. Get rid of that. Back to 6. Let's go ahead and add a new layer. Put that here. Did I not select? Oh, I didn't grab the shadow. That's fine. We can go grab it again. Oh, did I already close that page? Of course I did. Copy. Goodbye. Nope. Range, send to back. Okay, there we go. Sunny contributed 4,000 to their special treat for Sora. Thank you, Sunny. Appreciate that. I think she might be ready to go back outside. Quick pause real quick. I'm gonna let Sora out and then we're gonna keep going from there. So I will be right. Actually, you know what? Because we have a camera outside. Haha. Hold on, I'll be right back. We gotta hit your butt now. Okay. Let's go. Come on. Hopefully y'all caught that, just a fluffy tail running right past the camera. I can't see from out there, so I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah, okay, I see it on the stream, yep. Just went flying right by. That's funny. Okay, cool. So we added our little packing peanuts back here. I think that's kind of fun. I like that. Oh, move that up a little bit like that. There we go. Just so they're not interacting with each other. Cool. Yeah, so now we've got a little bit more presence here. We've got our window. I should probably add some more stuff on the walls. I think that's one of the plans I have for further on in the story when I'm talking about like details, like these other scenes and stuff like that, is start adding in the frames for the windows, adding in like different things on the walls, stuff like that. Some of our other angles, even our flying away here, adding some stuff, kind of filling in the world, giving it a little bit more pizzazz in that way, a little bit more to work with. We do have a sliding door to put in somewhere at some point. Gotta do that. The other thing I had drawn out, make sure we have time here. Yep, we got time for our next break. Was I wanted to change part of this. I'd originally done this and I was like, cool, I'm happy with this. But I also want to go through and definitely make it a little bit more anime-ish style. So we're gonna add some little, I would say explosion lines, but let's see, do I want just two? Just two for now. Do the same thing here. Where are these at? These are at, okay, these are just soft light. I may need to adjust those so that they show up a little bit better. Go. That's why that's off a little bit. There we go. Bam. This one should do the same thing. There it is. Okay. One, two, three, four. Okay, so that's okay. Do something here. I'll just make these all separate. Yeah, there we go. Then we get a real explosion in that way. I thought these had, is it just soft light that they have on them? It looks like it's just soft light that's on them. I would like that detail to show up a little bit better. Let's combine all these. This is a soft light. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Okay. And this one should actually be here. One should be a little bit lower. Too much lower. Yeah, kind of like that, kind of a arc. Closer. Closer to what I was thinking. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, there we go. You know what? I think I want to do those. It really want to lend itself to the ejection of the character here. These definitely need to be going more in that direction. Same thing here. I want those points to really point in the direction that we want the character to be going. There we go. Because it's that pow, that opening pow. Have a great day. I gotta get going. Thanks, Fern. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. You have a good day too. Your photography out on the field looked great. I'm excited to see some more stuff from the soccer game. So, I'd say break a leg, but I don't know if that's appropriate or not. Okay, I've got a couple marks here. What are these marks that are in the box? What are these doing here? Select all. Okay, so those are all. Don't mind me if I'm just being quiet. I'm just concentrating at the moment. There we go. Lots of action happening with this, which is fine. Reflect. Come on, you can shift select. It's fine. It's okay. You can. There you go. There it is. Man, I did not want to do that for some reason. I wonder, I can do a little bit more here. So we've got a shadow down here, but sometimes when we have motion, could do a elongated shadow. We could also do a shadow that is a gradient. Let's That's funny. Not what we wanted, but that's funny. Let's see. Screen. No. Lighten. If you don't remember when I'm talking about doing this, is if you're looking at the screen here, I've got the main page up right here in the middle, but on the right hand side is our little navigator screen. And when I'm making adjustments to this, I'm generally looking at the navigator screen, that little guy over on the right hand side, just because I want to see what it looks like when it's small like that, because if I can, when I'm manipulating certain stuff like the lighting of what's going on here, the transparency, whatever it is, if I'm looking at that and I see that it makes a big impact on that small view, that means it's going to make a bigger impact on the bigger view as well. So just a little tip and trick for you when you're working in a program like this or working on something big or small, is that making sure that you have or are looking at it in two different size variants can definitely inform you and help with your design process for sure. Can help make a lot of decisions that are beneficial. No multiply. Dark, normal. Okay, so this is like a green color that's here. What if we made this more of a orange color? Problem is if I add white to any of this, it's going to make everything not necessarily disappear, but not stand out like I want. It's going to make some of these other white lines disappear. That's not too bad though. Oh, maybe that's what I should do. I should actually do that. Give it a little bit of a color. Hello, this is Tahoe's home. Don't like the color. Don't want it green. Don't want it blue. It definitely needs to be that flash of. It could go whitish. We got a lot of white on the screen as it is right now, so we definitely maybe a golden yellow. I don't know, do you think that helps with the... Not sure. I feel like a lot of the times I'm trying to talk myself into some of this. Like, it definitely makes it stand out, right? If you're looking at that, you can definitely tell there's a loop going on here while he's flying away. Yeah. Definitely some design choices that need to be made here. Start messing with some of this multiply. Use the white. Definitely not color burn. That one's lighten. Okay, that didn't do shit to do it. Okay, so that's normal. Darken, we don't want that. Multiply. Light color burn, nope. Lighten, okay. Screen. Color dodge. Overlay. I don't think I like that either. Soft light. This is what I had before, and it's like it's there. You can see it a little bit, but it's definitely not. For the detail that we put onto it, it's not doing what I wanted to do. And I may just have too many elements, too many things going on in this page, that may be what the problem is. I hate to admit that, but we are at 65% too. Soft light. Color, luminosity, no. Okay, so hard light was our main. So hard light and normal feel very similar. Yeah, I kind of wanted this to be, this is why I changed these little spikes on these blasts that are coming out of here. I wanted it to be more like explosive in that feeling. I mean, it kind of felt it, but it was more like a different type of blast than I wanted, so this definitely fits that a little bit better. Just gotta get the colors to do what I want them to do. Like, that feels way too epic. Oh, interesting. So when you do an effect like this, depending on what's behind it, so this layered effect with these like blast marks on top of it, or in it, since I'm choosing these transparency effects right here, everything underneath it is going to be, or everything, yeah, underneath it is going to affect what it looks like, because it's like a lens. It becomes a lens that it has to move through. So darker colors change and lighter colors change, so you can see like this green, once that orange hits it, turns into a yellow. So, but orange on orange makes it just like a darker orange. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of funky dory too. Don't know if I like it. good if I had it selected, then it would actually change. Like, it definitely has an impact to it. When you do it like that, it has a pretty clear impact. But you definitely lose the dots and everything once it reaches out past this section, though. That's that one. Those are all those. I don't know how I feel about that quite yet. I like part of this. I like the change here. Kind of like maybe it needs a gradient. Maybe that's what I'm feeling. Maybe it needs to be solid. So there's normal. Drop the opacity down. Let's just go to 50 for now. Changes back to more of a yellowish color. Bring our opacity up a little bit. Let's go 75. Okay, so then we take that and put that on a gradient instead. Flip that. Okay, I feel like I'm getting somewhere now. Okay, cool. Okay, so now the question is, do we get rid of the outline? Yeah, I think I like that better. No outline, but we put a gradient on it. It's still see-through. Let's even drop this down to 65 for the moment. Yep, still can see the dots through. It still has impact. You can still definitely tell partially that it's there. I wonder if we put the... So you can do gradients on the stroke too. So like what I just did was I added a stroke, made it all white, made both ends of our gradient white as well, but then I chose one of them and turned its opacity down to 0. So now it goes from white to clear across the object that we've impacted here. So like we're getting white on this part, and then as it gets farther out, it disappears. Let's choose, because that's doing some funky business there. Stroke outside. There we go. Now it's just on the outside of that object. That feels better. Okay, cool. I don't know if I like it. It makes it a little bit blurry though. It gives it a little bit of fuzziness, which is not bad. Just depends on if I want it crisp or not. I think I want it crisp. Okay. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. Okay, cool. The question is there a detail that we want to put in here? Okay, so I frame that down to there. Is it going to be too distracting to add something else in here? Yeah, I don't think I should add any more else. We've got a lot of movement and action going on. A lot of little marks from this piece opening up here, him flying, him going, ah, as he gets ejected from pulling on this box. I was trying to think if I wanted to put something on the wall in the background, because I have a little bit of space here. Or put maybe like a bookcase or something like that. What does our layout look like? We have not put together an establishing shot yet. I have to balance part of what I've got going on here with details that I want to put in. This is why I always try to like flat block out most of the main stuff and then start going back through and adding some like three-dimensionality, adding more objects in the background, stuff like that, so that I can make sure that I can have the main focus there, and then as I'm adding details and doing stuff like that, then I'm not eating up too much of the space, being like, oh, but I really want to keep this bookcase that I made. And like, no, like that's just extra. Like, put it in the background, cover it up partially. Like the main thing that's happening in these pages is what needs to happen. Let's I want to go to that's that. That's that. This goes across the whole thing. Nope, can't do that. I'm gonna do something like that I need to change. No, soft. Oh, that's weird. Like disappears down in the left-hand corner. Huh. Interesting. Kind of like that. Okay, let's go back to overlay 25%. Let's do new layer, paste with that I just did. But let's delete all of these. Oh yeah, I kind of like that. A little bit of a difference here. Cool. So then we have to go through. Actually, that one needed to stay. Oh, that's right. I can't do that because they're all different. Aha! I have to do these all individually. Does it even matter? It doesn't even matter. I can literally delete that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. That one. This is the one I gotta change. Okay, so this is the funky one. I gotta find, that's the dots for that. Perfect, okay, that does not affect any of that. Sweet. Need to grab this guy, copy, paste here, select that one. Actually, there we go. Now we select that one, minus that. There we go. Oh, interesting. It's still a little off. There we go. Okay, so some of the colors and stuff that we can do with these pages now will change how the vibe feels and how everything rolls, so that's another thing we can play with. And you can see how I changed my dots from this dark color. They're dark dots on the outside and light dots on the inside, so. Here we go. So we get to keep our consistency and we get to do something different and change the mood and the vibe that's going on, which is good. Let's see, trim this up. Do view trim. Okay, so that's what the finished page will look like. I swapped the yellow and the white on that gradient. Don't know if I like that quite yet. Because right now, when the yellow is the dominant down here, it actually highlights this loop that he does when he goes flying. Yeah, afraid if I swap it. I like the way the blast looks better, kind of that way. But I think we lose too much in the exchange of that. Yeah, so I think it's got to be this way. Unless I make some adjustments later to it. Okay, so what do we got left? Oh, we got about 10 minutes left before our next break comes up. So let's actually, before we're done for the day, let's switch over to Canva. Let's look at our progress for the day. Okay, here we go. So, what did we do? We did a little bit work on 4. I think we got a little bit closer on that one. That one I think is almost done. I don't think there's much more we can do on 4. Page 4. Besides just basic edits and things like that, I think 4 is pretty much done. We did some work on 5. We just added one more little object in there, which is fine. I think that one's pretty close as well. I don't think we need to do... Oh, you know what? That's not true. Let's go back. I think that's fine because I might mess with the background color a little bit. I think that might be the only thing there. 6 we did a little bit on as well. 6, let's just bring that up to that one. And then we did some stuff on number 20. Don't know where it is. Let's see, where are 20, number 20. Should be that one. Okay. Let's bring that one up a little bit there. Definitely has a difference because of that red color and stuff. We have an option to add another little detail in there, but I don't know if it's necessary for what we've got going on. So that one might be pretty close to being done. Yeah. I don't think we did. Did we mess with anything else today? We didn't work on 7. We didn't change or add anything there. We didn't add anything on 8. We didn't change anything anywhere else. No, I think that's what we got done for the day here. This is Tahoe. You got a second? What do you think of this page that I changed and made the background red? Also, feel free if you're watching in chat, give me your opinions too.
I like it.
Okay, so it's gonna go on our layout here. It's gonna go here. So we're gonna have these two sitting next to each other. Do you want me to? I can export this out real quick.
Well, you're going to change the color of a lot of the pages, right? They're not all going to be green.
Correct. That's why I started doing some of the change here with this one. Is I was like, oh, I want to start messing with changing some of the colors since I was working on updating some of this blast stuff anyways. So this is number 20. Back over here so everybody can see what we got going on. I have to activate a layer first. Activate B on that layer too. See, I almost made the mistake. There we go. Is it too much to have these two side by side like this?
No,
Like, does it?
Drastic.
Huh? It's not drastic, or it is drastic?
It is. That's what makes it cool.
Because I don't know how much more I'll change in the background of this one.
I don't think you would.
But I was just like, if this is a, big moment, then the red is a kind of a color that you might want with
No,
that.
that's fine.
I mean, I could probably add, if I really want to play that up a little bit, I could put the red kind of color in the background too. That might be a good idea for that. Let's open that up real quick. 21. We still got about 4 minutes. Oh, Vern's been gone for a little bit. Yeah. Ooh. I don't know. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Looks cool.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Let's put those together. See, sometimes I have to put them together on next to each other, and then I'm like, oh, okay, no, this needs this, because that makes sense. Okay, so let's go back here. Get rid of that one. Let's save this real quick before we lose it all. Nope, it's already saved. Okay, we're good. Oops, that's the wrong page. Because the idea is not to make it like scary, but just be enhance the moment of what we're doing here, right?
Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah, I think that plays well now, because now they're color coded together in that way. Sweet, that works.
Good job.
Thank you, Miss Tahoe. Appreciate that.
I worked hard.
You worked very hard. You confirmed the thing that I was thinking. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how the process goes sometimes, is like sometimes you ask for an opinion, or you have an idea, or you have to put 2 pages together that you've been working on, and you're like, oh, it needs this, or oh, that doesn't, like, let's connect these together a little bit better with a color, or something like that, and then it works a little bit better in that way. So I think I can actually tone down, now that we've done that, I can actually tone down this red a little bit more and call it good. Or I can go even further. I want to go darker. Maybe something like that. Yeah, maybe something like that. Okay, cool. Same thing, little micro adjustments, trying to get things feeling or connecting together much better. It's all part of the game. But we are coming up on our last break time here. Export that, replace that. Okie dokie. Let's try, I'm gonna try to get this in here real quick before we take our next break here in about 30 seconds. Yeah, there we go. I feel better about that too. Speed. The red was a little bit intense, so I toned it down a little bit, and now it gives it a little bit more airy feeling compared to connecting with the next page too. So sweet. There we go. We did something. So I think we're going to pause here for the moment, let those our break go, and then when we come back, we will do our finish up, and then go from there, and then roll up our stream for the afternoon. So that is the plan. Look at that, right into the ads. I don't think our assistant's not out there. Sad face. I don't like it when our assistant's not there.
She'll probably be there. She's probably in the grass.
Our assistant is out hiding from us at the moment, so we don't get to have a picture of her. That's okay. She gets some time to be by herself and do the things that she wants to do. Oh, no, that's not... Why did you do that? Why did you do that? You went full screen. Oh my god, now it's getting worse. Oh my god, everything's moving now. Oh no, what did it do? Everybody watching the stream who's having to watch ads is like, what the heck is happening with all this is going on? He said we weren't going to be doing anything. I'm sorry. I touched something and it moved and it went full screen. It's not supposed to be. I'm sorry. I fixed it. Hopefully it stays that way this time. Alrighty. Trying to think what other housekeeping do we have that I need to put together for today for the end of our stream. I don't know. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Did we get this one saved? That one's good. That one's good. Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. Got a layout, stuff like that, all fixed. Got our housekeeping for Canva and our progress all done. Yeah, I definitely, once ads get done, I need to give it a little bit of time so that I can make sure that the stream is caught up and everything else like that. A little bit, the time delay is a little rough, making sure that we're back from everything. So we've got our progress updated for the week here, which is good. Yeah. I think the only other thing to do is to let everybody know that I will be back on Wednesday from 9 to 11. It's a 2-hour stream rather than a 3-hour stream because I have other things that I need to go and do in the afternoon. My daughter has early release on those days. I don't know why our school does early release on Wednesdays, but they do. But gotta go pick her up early, so I have to be available and ready for that. But other than that, I will be back then, and then we'll be doing a longer one on Friday, and then we have our podcast on Sundays. If you'd like to join us for any of those things, please, please, please come on by and say hi. I would appreciate that. Let me look to see who else is on and streaming at the moment. Dado is on, Stone Mountain is on. Just chatting. No. Anybody in the same category that I want to? Yeah, I'm still looking for suggestions. If anybody has any art streamers that they really like, feel free to leave me a comment or let me know who you like or who you think would be cool. We can always do some rating, send people over to them if we have any people here, for sure. But let me see. Yeah, let me know so I can go check them out and see if they are a good fit. I know if Sage was on, we would go raid Sage. Definitely a good dude. Hopefully he's going to take my idea about creating a creative collective of us that can just kind of are doing different things throughout the day. We can raid each other and stuff like that. That would be kind of cool. Pass around the buck a little bit in that way. But I wonder if there would be a way to connect with a bunch of these other artists and do that too. Convince them. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not seeing anybody on at the moment, but maybe next time. Maybe we'll find somebody next time. Let's go through. We can thank B-Shack for coming in and dropping off his points for our assistant. We can thank Sunny. We can thank Ghost Guy. We can thank Dreamer for coming in and dropping off her points as well. I believe you did. It said you did.
I didn't get on today.
Must have been left over from either last night or a different
I was
time.
like, wow.
Yeah, it showed up at one point. I thought I made a... Oh no, maybe it was Inverness for donating her points. I think that's what it was. But yeah, we will be back on Wednesday working on some more book pages, adding some more details on things, trying to get things rounded out a little bit or as best as we can. Possibility maybe on Friday, we might be working on the cover of the book. So we may be doing a reveal stream for the title of the book on Friday. I know I've said that partially before, and then it didn't end up materializing. So it's still tentative. Like, it's one of those things that I have in my head, and I've got some drawings and sketches for it kind of planned out. But I'm hoping. Sometimes these things, like, I can either just go for it or I can plan them out a little bit and then build up some of that hype for it. I don't know. I'm trying my best here. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to balance all the things, but don't forget to check out my website, stitch-tales.com, for information about where you can buy books, different places where it benefits, local bookstores and stuff like that. Whole bunch of information on there. Also has links to my social media and stuff like that, where I post about these, all the stuff that I'm working on and stuff. Trying to figure out a little bit different way I may want to do some of it, make it a little bit more personal, because right now it's just kind of like very generic, kind of like this. What you see on the screen right now, it's a nice schedule and all like that, but it's very generic. It's just kind of a thing that you can look at. But no, I'm trying to figure it out. If there's anything that you think you might want to see or ask, or you think would be helpful for the streams, please let me know. Feel free to leave me a comment or send me a message in chat, or just hit me up on any of my socials. But other than that, have a wonderful Monday afternoon, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.